didn't know I had this on the computer. This is a longtime person I knew that I thought could be a real villain when I was first introduced to him. I was out in California. I was probably age 21, 20, trying to promote Frankie Valli because he had been blackballed. And I was out there visiting all the record labels. I was promoting him. I was going everywhere. I visited Sound Labs. I went to Avnet Management, and they were closed. But I'd been writing them for months saying, you better start showing this artist some respect. So I went out there, and after I did a promotion in Cape Girardeau, I got on a bus, and I had $1,000 in my pocket, and I had a return ticket back home. And once I got out there and I found out, because Frankie Avalon called me where I was at, and he said, Sherry, Frankie is at the East Coast this time of year. And I said, well, I've been out here knocking on doors trying to promote him because I have his home address here in the Hollywood Hills, and I was just expecting him to come back home. And he goes, well, he stays up there in the summer. He goes back to LA in the winter. I said, well, okay. So while I was there, this person comes up, tells me, because you know how the cons are. He says, oh, my friend opened a pizza parlor. Would you like to come and grand opening? And he kept pestering me. Finally, I set my backpack down. I didn't know people's tricks. All I was told on the Greyhound bus was, if you have any jewelry of any kind, you hide it. If you have any nice rings, turn them around backwards. So they filled me in on all that. They didn't say, don't just talk to strangers and that's saying there's a business, you want to come and get free pizza. And he took my backpack, my ticket, my clothes. All I have is clothes on my back. And so instantly, of course, my family's worried about me even trying to go out there on my own. And they said, well, good. We're going to rescue you money and you're coming right straight home. And I'm like, no, I'll fail. I have to do this. I have to achieve this goal. I've been pursuing it since I was age 15. And this is my ambition. And then I ended up going to an au pair agency, and I took care of the children at the YMCA. But because I had such misfortune, the lady that worked at the au pair agency, she said, I'm going to cheer you up. I know this up and coming singer. His name's Russell. He's great. He's good looking. Let me call him up and get him to take you out on the town. You will cheer up. So I was kind of scared about trusting a stranger, but she's an elderly lady. So he picks me up and he takes me to a place called Dimples. So next thing you know, he's sending me a corsage, and they've got Beach Blanket Bingo movie playing in the background, and he's singing Dream Lover to me. Well, then this director walks in, and Sal, the owner, wanted to impress this director. So he sits him at my table. The next thing you know, he starts saying, boy, you look so straight-laced. What are you wearing that suit for? And I said, I'm out here trying to promote Frankie Valli. He said, well, you know, I just talked to him in Malibu yesterday on the beach. And if you come home with me, I got his number in my filing cabinet. And you can ride in my limousine, and we can get Chinese. I said, I don't like Oriental and I don't like limousines, but give me his number, because I didn't trust directors. Well, he was intrigued. So when So Russell started serenading me, and that kind of intrigued him. Well, then after that, some other strange singer got up. He sent me a corsage, and he started singing El Paso song to me, serenading me too. And Jerry said, why are these men serenading you? And I don't know. But he said he was so intrigued by me not trusting him and being so straight-laced that he wanted me to get in touch with him. And he said he'd give me Frankie's number. Well, the next day I called him, and then later he said, would you like to take care of my mom instead of where you're at, because she's sick and she needs kind of a caretaker in her house? But I didn't trust him. Of course, I didn't do it. But he said, you know, your life is a book. You've got to write about it, because he thought so many interesting things had happened in my life. I should write a book. So I ended up kind of not knowing whether I should trust him. Well, I went back out to LA again, and I met my friend that was from Paris, and then we went to Las Vegas, stayed at the Mirage. Well, before we went to the Mirage, Jerry said he wanted to take me dancing. So he comes and picks me up in his ballroom jacket. Well, I know how to ballroom dance. So he said that was great. He loved my dancing. So he wanted to see me again. Well, then I met Bob and I got married. So then when I was out west, Bob wanted to go do something in California that I did not want to do. I think go get rocks for our front line and from Mexico and rent something. And it was going to take all day. And I said, well, my friend Jerry's been wanting to see me. Let me go introduce you to him. So he takes me to his house in Halifax. He lives in front of Morgan Fairchild. And Bob drops me off. The first thing Jerry said is, what did you do to your hair? I liked it better before. But then he said that he was looking for a serious relationship and said I could stay at his place if I wanted to. He said that he's sick of this woman he was dating because she smoked and it made his car smell bad, and because she had a kid. And then, you know, he just was trying to, he didn't even know my husband very well. He just said, you need a lot of respect, Sherry. People need to respect you. You've got to learn that you deserve respect. And he said, I respect you. And then he said, well, let's go get Oriental at Universal Studios. So he took me to the film place and showed me all the dancing fountains. Well, then again, I'm thinking, he's a nice guy. He's not trying to have his way with me or nothing. And I said, well, I hear there's a casting couch in Hollywood. And he goes, well, there's ways around it. But every year, even though he's Jewish, he sent me Christmas cards. And then he surprised me because one year he got some kind of Emmy. And he took the picture, and then he sent me the picture, and he put, love you, Sherry baby, this is to you. And then later he was doing some kind of photography gallery with Jodie Foster, and we were talked on the phone. That's the last time I heard from him. But I'm just saying, that's the Hollywood that I knew. If you tell them no, no means no, and they respect you. But this new group of people kill me.